I'm really enjoying this beautiful play of the shadow and light right now that the sun is creating here. So I hope you enjoy it too. Today I've been really feeling this contemplation around following our heart's desire and really discovering what that even means for each one of us. Realizing more and more how many people out there they don't even know what their heart's desire may be. That's one aspect, or if they do, they're afraid or they don't know how to take the proper steps towards that. And it's a big thing in the world because it seems like this is one of the most courageous things we can really do, is to follow our heart's desires, is to create space and time and discover what that is for each one of us. What is your pull? What pulls you? What excites you? What brings you joy? What makes you feel the sense of fulfillment within? And it does require for us to get to know ourselves, to get to know our inner world, to take courageous choices and steps towards this type of adventure and exploration. And I absolutely understand because it was one of the biggest challenges for me in my life, to feel like I have a purpose, to feel like I have a sense of belonging, to really discover what makes me feel alive. And in order for me to come to this place now of living in my heart's desire, living more in my fulfillment, in my service, in my purpose and dharma, I really had to strip all of these layers and layers of inertia, suppression, other people's beliefs, opinions, constructs. And this is in the collective, it's in all of us, because life and spirit really wants to experience itself through us, but through our own unique blueprint. And this, the more unique and authentic we are, the more then life gets to flow freely through this expression. It gets to be alive through us as we become alive by discovering who we truly are. So it's this beautiful dance of life moving through us and we becoming more alive through the discovery of who we are. And yes, it does take quite the courage because it requires to override so many old patterns that have been engraved within our DNA and cells through generations and generations of just suppressed energy and belief systems and conditions that have nothing to do with who we truly are and our freedom of expression. So there's this beautiful dance of stripping away, falling, giving room for things to fall away, and simultaneously taking actions and steps that are towards maybe things we fear, things that make us feel uncomfortable, things that stretch our edge, because it is on this razor's edge, if we choose to walk to, that our growth always resides. And if we choose to meet this edge, then we'll constantly be growing and evolving. And as we evolve and grow, it just brings us closer to who we already are, what is already here within, as we strip away the layers. And this naturally happens again by taking these steps every day, moment by moment. They don't have to be these grandiose steps, but definitely steps towards meeting our edge, towards where our uncomfortability lies, towards more adventure, more exploration, whatever this means to you. And again, it's the little steps that create the bigger impact and results over time. And eventually the little steps become the bigger steps. And the more we go towards that, the more alive we become, the more life moves through us, because this is what it's life's desire. And when we become this, which we already are, co-creators with life, and we step into this role and we step into believing that whatever we want wants us, discovering first what is it that we want, and then taking steps towards it. The little trick though is not to have attachment with our desires, because this attachment will create disappointment. It's kind of is the polarity of energy, meaning like if you have an attachment, there's a clinging that happens, and actually a suppression of the energy instead of allowing the energy to flow freely in its own timing to come back and return to us, because everything is kind of in this infinite loop, the giving and receiving, the in-breath and out-breath. And this is the same with co-creating with life, meaning what we want, when we take a step towards it, we gotta be then in the receptive mode to like lean in and receive the next step that life brings forward. Like I see it kind of like literally like a dance with a partner. One step forward, two steps back, or however that dance is, the type of dance, meaning that we are meant to engage, but also be in the action mode and simultaneously lean and be in the receptive mode. So, meaning we're not attached on the timing of when things come back to us, and we're in the openness of flow of life. We take steps towards our heart's desire as we get to discover it while we discover ourselves. And through experience, we get to realize more of what is it that we want, what is it that we don't want. And ultimately, we also get to surprise ourselves, because when we don't cling, when we don't attach, we allow life to show us more of also what it is that we desire and what we want. Again, beyond the limited ideas of the mind, because the mind can create limitations. It is also a great tool for exploration and vision and imagination. Yet when we can even drop deeper into our body, into our senses, and move through that, this is really moving through the energetic Shakti energy, this feminine energy that we all have. This Shakti energy is quite unpredictable, and it moves. It's meant to move freely. So the more room we give it into our body, meaning we letting go of attachments and clinging and grasping, and we trust, we fully trust and open and know that everything that we want wants us in return, but it's not on our own timing. It's this perfect divine timing that things unfold naturally. So the more we can engage in this play of life and trust and go forward and take the steps and take the risk and go into our fears, go where our uncomfortability lies, naturally it's the journey, it's the exploration that brings us of more of what we want. Then this desire comes from this pure innocent place of our soul's calling, our soul's evolution to experience things. And all the identity and ego more and more falls away. When identity and ego attaches to desire, it's very much control based. This is a different kind of dance we're doing here. Is the spiral. Things come back on the spiral in their own timing for us to revisit and maybe engage in deeper ways and open up more as we get to explore ourselves more and more and more. And that's the beauty. It's the journey, not the destination. There is no destination. Every completion, every ending of something, every like falling apart, breaking down, creates new beginning, the constant death and rebirth of life. And the more we can lean into this, the more we get to discover ourselves, the more we get to discover what our soul's calling is in this life, in this body, beautiful temple vessel, and we allow it. We allow it, the instrument, to play its music, and the instrument to be tuned in to life, universe, this symphony that is already here for us. Is just asking us for us to get out of our own way. So whatever you're on the path, it's these steps that are here for us, that I speak from experience, that I had to take, and have to be patient with the process. And am still obviously in the journey of exploration, but more and more of this fulfillment and aliveness is now here in ways that I nowhere nearly could touch years ago. And every day becomes deeper and richer, and it's the full spectrum of life, because no longer there's suppression, there's clinging, there's just more of this openness and really trust and faith of this co-creation with life. Like really being engaged, being an engaged participant, an active participant in presence and awareness, in openness that no matter what, I'm here to learn. No matter what, I am here to do the dance, to be in the action, but then also be in the receptive, this balance between masculine and feminine energy. So may all of us have this courage. It's one of my greatest prayers, really, for all of us to have this courage, for humanity to have this courage to follow their heart, to live from the heart, and to discover what that journey means, to really bring it in the body, bring it in the senses, bring it in the energetic capacity to really co-create with life and to be in this awakefulness. I send so much love. We're in this peak of solstice, summer solstice energy and full moon, and what a powerful time to really connect, to really keep connecting with our inner fire, with our heart, and to discover, to journey within our own world, and then may the within and the without come into beautiful balance and beautiful mirror for us to know ourselves. So much love, so much beauty, so much truth is here for all of us.